I want you guys to see this. This is insane. Look at this candle. It's made completely out of concrete and it smells amazing. This is one of my favorite gifts I've ever gotten. Thank you, Shlok. It just suits me. Like, I love concrete because, you know, I'm an architect student, so I think this is really interesting. It also kind of suits my room too, so hey, it's a 2-in-1 win. Alright, so over the past year that I've been on YouTube, I've done hours and hours of research on what is the best possible budget-friendly equipment that I could buy. Because if you're somebody like me, you don't have a lot of money to work with, and so whatever you get, you want to make sure that it's affordable and it gets the job done. So today I'm going to show you guys my most affordable minimalist camera gear setup that money can buy. Just before we start, if you are new to my channel, my name is Sunny. I come from an architecture background, but I'm starting to kind of work towards cinematography and photography as well, as it played a big role in, you know, being an architect student. But over the year, I purchased a camera, which is kind of like a promise to myself to keep on putting a lot more videos on YouTube and just working myself on many different variety of things. Just keeps myself busy. So buying that camera was kind of like a promise to me. So let's talk about cameras. Let's start off with my camera, my baby girl, the Canon Rebel SL2. Now the SL2 is amazing not only for photography, but for cinematography. 24 megapixel camera, dual autofocus, you know, and you have that amazing Canon color science. I love the colors of Canon, and it's also very easy to use. That's the #1 thing, because when I started off, my biggest fear was that I wouldn't be able to know it or how to use it, and I was really debating between the Sony 5100 and the SL2. Now when I looked into the Sony, it was a lot more confusing, and in my personal opinion, if you are just starting off on YouTube or just with a camera, I recommend going with Canon. If you are trying to purchase this camera right now, it's going for around $629. In my opinion, that's a pretty good price to start off with. If you go anything lower, you're not really going to get the most out of it. Try not to cheap out on things. I've done that in the past with a lot of the equipment that I have right now, and I've kind of regretted it because it's made a lot bigger of an impact, which we'll get into later in the video. Think about spending over 500 bucks. If you spend anything lower, you're probably not going to get the best that it offers. So that's kind of why I went with the SL2. 630 was a good amount. I was trying to save up my money, and so I went with that. Alongside the camera also came with the kit lens, the 18 to 55 millimeter. Now this lens is something that I use on all of my videos. It's great for vlogging just because you can see a lot more wide of an aperture, like this one right here. I'm zoomed in, but you know, you can see a lot more of what's happening around me, but you can also kind of zoom in to really close. The kit lens usually aren't as good as they should be, especially when you're comparing it to like a 16 to 35. I know a lot of people really use that as well, but the kit lens is perfect for something to start off with, especially when you're just getting into photography and cinematography, and the SL2 also comes with the kit lens, so it's a 2-in-1. Now my other lens that I just got is this baby right here, the Nifty 50. It's a 50mm lens, 1.8 aperture. So now if it's a 1.8 aperture, that means that it's letting in a lot of light. And if you've ever seen those pictures where everything's really blurred out except for the person itself or the object, this is something that you want to go with. Really good for photography. I don't really use this for a lot of my vlogs unless I'm doing a really zoomed in picture. I use this for a lot of my photography that you see on Instagram. And it's been honestly one of the best purchases that I've made because, yeah, believe it or not, this cost me 100 bucks. I got it used. I didn't get it brand new. That was around, I believe it's around 170. Once again, I'll list everything or all the prices of the things that I have in the description below if you guys want to go purchase it. Having a minimalist camera gear setup doesn't also mean how many things you have, it's the size of them as well. And the 50mm, as you can see, this thing is tiny. This literally fits into my hand like it's a cricket ball. Like, it's really, really tiny. And when I put it in my bag, it literally feels like there's nothing in it. For the things that it does, you honestly can't beat it for the price. A used again is around 100 bucks, but you can get a brand new one for around 160. Now the tripod that I use, This is actually something that I've used, that I bought with the camera off Amazon. Cost me around 20 bucks and it hasn't failed me yet. Like, I've captured a lot of good shots with this. It's always really, really good to have tripods. I have 3 tripods. I have this one, I have the one I'm using right now, and I also have a much larger one. If you're just starting off in YouTube or photography or cinematography, tripods are a must. If you really want to capture those landscapes or nice photography, and for somebody like me, I honestly do my own photography or portraits when I don't have anybody else off my phone, and putting it on a tripod gives you that still image, and it's really, really helpful. Now, I also can't show you guys the microphone that I use, but here's a little quick b-roll of that as well. I'm using the Rode Video Micro. This is the cheapest, most affordable microphone that you could get from Rode. Rode is a very, it's a very trustworthy company just because a lot of people use it, and also the sound that comes out of it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Right now it's going for around $62.99. That's a really, really good price. Oh wait, sorry. Now it's going for around 80 bucks, which is a really good price for a good microphone. The one I was using before this was a Mavic. That was like a knockoff as well. That was before when I was using it. I kind of broke that off, but I'm really glad that I did break it because I'm getting a lot better audio out of the Rode. So if you guys are looking for a new microphone, trust me, go for Rode. And of course, the newest addition to my camera gear, minimalist setup, whatever you want to call it, is my beautiful Sandra. By the way, I'm never named as Sandra, but my little DJI Mavic Mini. This thing is so tiny, it's amazing, it gets the job done. And again, the #1 reason why I bought the Mavic Mini, especially when you live in America or Canada, is you don't have to register these things. It weighs under 250 grams, which means that I don't have to license it, I don't have to register it. I just gotta make sure I follow the rules, and other than that, I can fly this anywhere I want, whenever I want, and that's the best thing about it. When I've added the Mavic Mini into my setup, it's changed a lot. You can also see in my videos, like, it really adds a different taste into the videos, and it also allows the audience, like you guys, to see where I really am, and it really just brightens up the whole vlog. This has a 2.7K resolution camera, 3-axis gimbal. If you want to shoot pictures, which you can with this, is the 12 megapixel camera. Not as good, but hey, it's still pretty good, as you can see from the pictures. Now, the only issue that I've ever had with the Mavic Mini, and if you guys also have one, you probably know this as well, is the range. Now, I've used this a lot in like the area that I live in, which is Brampton. Areas that's much more populated, the range is a lot closer, which means after a certain distance, it'll just get out of range, and then RTH, it'll come back to the home point. But when I was in Scarborough Bluffs, I could go as far as I want because there's nobody there. This is Wi-Fi enabled, so the connection isn't the best, but it gets the job done. When you're looking for something that's affordable, this is the one to go with. Right now it's going for around 500 bucks on Amazon. But this is the one thing that I kind of regretted because I wish I got the Fly More combo. It came with 2 extra batteries, a charger. Don't cheap out on that Fly More combo, get the Fly More combo. And the last thing I kind of want to talk about, I think this is the most important thing because you can't perform a YouTube channel, especially when you're starting off. It's really hard to talk to the camera, and it's really helpful when you script everything out. It's something that I do all the time. Even for this video right now, I have a whole script of everything that I need to talk about. It really, really helps, especially in the beginning. And I always keep a notebook and a pen with me just to jot down notes or anything that I need to do. If you are looking to get a camera gear setup for something that will make you more money, like if you're doing real estate photography or virtual tours, or you want to make videos for other professional uses, it's really, really important to keep a pen and a notebook. You look a lot more professional, you jot everything down, it keeps it a lot more professional, and also you don't forget anything. There's something about writing in a notebook rather than your phone that really keeps it into your mind, and that's something that I've learned, and I always keep these 2 things on me. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed my minimalist gear setup. There's a lot more that goes into it, right? But those are kind of like accessories that you need to buy. As for right now, for a minimalist gear setup, this is the best thing you're gonna buy for the most affordable price. And if you guys are looking for more information, everything will be in the link in the description below. So make sure you guys give this a thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are using because I think that will be really helpful for me as well. I want to know what you guys are using because there's a lot more different things that you could use in terms of camera bodies or drones or anything like that. So let me know what you guys are using. I would love to know, and make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.